Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. A very good evening to you. I hope everybody's doing well. Hey there, Bonnie. I got home in one piece. I guess I was safe. The trip out of Connecticut to New York was pretty chill, and I was pretty spent, so I slept a good part of the flight. It's good to be home, though. Always very happy when I get back into Colorado. I got a couple of Christmas ornaments I need to get done up for mailing. Hi, Ray. I got a couple of Christmas ornaments to attack, and then I picked up a big day at the glass class tomorrow, so I'm going to let's just get these ornaments done, get them in the kiln, and get a night's rest. But I figured, well, I had wanted to go live all day, but I had a couple of things going on that, well, I needed to wait a little bit, but I had edited one of the titles, and well, shucks, it's been 10 days since I went live on the torch, so hey there, James. A very good evening to you. Happy Thursday. I got, let's see, we're going to do a green and white one. We're going to do a blue, silver, and white. And I got two of those to make. But I was working on these earlier today. Let's clean these out of the kiln. These were fun. These are kind of a, well, they're pink. A pretty sweet pink at that. Very happy Thursday, everybody. It's Thursday, right? This color is called Jade Pink. I think they're gonna look really nice on a tree with some lights behind them. They'll be pretty. I'll get these ooh, that's hot. Why is it so hot? I'm gonna get these prepared for finishing them all off, and then we'll get after coloring up and making some freshies. It'll be awesome. Greetings, Ireland. Brandon, how you? Hey, James. James, how you doing? There we go. Almost didn't want to pop off there. So like I said, these are Jade Pink. Let's see, I think I got a couple more to pull out of the kiln, make a little bit more room. I've got another Christmas market, a pop-up to go to on Sunday, and well, I wanted to put some more Christmas ornaments together, and then I picked up a big day of helping with the glass class. So I don't know that I'll have a lot of new stuff to bring out to the table, but I'll have stuff. James, a little extra work just before the holiday. That's always got to bode well for the fam. Brandon, you say 2 a.m. in Ireland? That's so I'm doing just a little score and a thermal shock to break these off right now. It allows me to get a pretty clean cut cut line, and this really sets up things nicely for those foil toppers. James, unfortunately, the company that used to make these, the Jaws, they're no longer making this tool, but the Taglia cutters are a really nice cutting tool. Hi there, Jenny. Good morning. Nice time, Brandon. James, I was talking about the scoring tool that I'm using right now, making these cuts. And that unfortunately this Jaws tool is no longer being made. But the Taglia cutting tool are really nice to have. It allows for a real nice clean cut, and it really sets things in a good space to use the little foil toppers that I'm using right now. Hey Will, what's up, what's up? Good evening to you. All right. Before I speak out of order, let's make sure of it. But I think that's all of those pink ornaments I made. And let's get after a couple of freshies. I'm gonna start off with a white base. I'm gonna do green. No, I'm gonna do one blue, silver, and white. Those are all really still pretty hot. Let's not set them. They'll be good right there. James Taglia Tools. T-A-G. Well, shucks. Taglia. I'm going to use steel wool. I'm going to use Sonic, and this is jade white. Taglia is a sweet family-owned American machining business company. They do a bunch of cool stuff, but yeah, they make some pretty sweet glass tools. Some of the best, really. Unfortunately, it comes with some of the higher costs, but there's some of the best glass tools out there. Domestic. I spent a couple of days at their studio, at their facility, a couple of years ago now. Awesome people. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about them. All right, got most of that colored in. Hey, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button. If you're on the YouTube side of things, hit that subscribe and hit the notification. I'm just gonna do a little wrap and rake kind of thing. I'm looking for a blue and like silver over white. James, I don't think I get your question. What are you asking? You know, I'm just realizing those blow tubes I just set to the side, I could really use a couple of those here in a few moments. Mad Hatter makes some awesome stuff, yeah. You know, when you were asking about a Bunsen burner that was anodized, Mad Hatter is kind of the one. Mad Hatter mouthpiece. I'm not cool enough to have a Mad Hatter Bunsen right now, but I want a few of them. Hey there, Matt. Yeah, I got some family stuff happening on the East Coast. That's well, not really. But yeah, I'm back home. I hope to be back in Colorado until I make my next trip for Champs. I've got a Champs that are scheduled mid-January. So hopefully I can get my nose into the grindstone and make a bunch of work for my next trade show. And hopefully my next trip won't involve anything close to being in a hospital. One can hope. James, ain't that the truth? I moved to Colorado out of high school. I came to Colorado to go to college. My guidance counselor was from Colorado, and I'd always been kind of like college prep kind of curriculum. I took Latin. I did everything I could to be like ready for college. And my guidance counselor, knowing me rather well, she's out, that's hot. She says, I know exactly where you should go. And to Colorado I went. Check this out. I'm gonna change this up a little bit. I'm gonna mount these on the lathe. You know, I'm coming back from the East Coast with a little bit of regret because, well, family's back on the East Coast, but, you know, honestly, yeah, no, I was very fortunate that I found where I believe I'm the happiest right out of high school. Back on the East Coast, everybody's kind of, well, living with family and, you know, the family thing. But that wasn't really for me. You know, oddly enough, it was the only school I applied to. I was like, you know, I don't want to go to college right away. I want to take the year and be free. Funny enough, like I was 17 when I graduated, so I wouldn't have been free anyway. But anyways, yeah, I was like, all right, cool. If I can go to CU Boulder, I'll go to CU Boulder. And well, somehow they accepted me. You know, Will, I did not graduate college. I graduated high school in 1990. I spent a couple of years at college, and, well, the Grateful Dead were touring, and I was skiing a bunch, and I thought I was smart enough. I found a bartender gig. I was like, I'm making what I want. I'm making enough to ski in the morning, so. That, you know, go figure. On that, I know a lot of people that do. So I thank you for all the lives you've touched with that. This one's green and white. Matt, I thought I was going to get together with Soulshine the other day, but I got a lot of homies here in Colorado that we get together still. Yeah, it was fun. I went to the glass store today, and I ran into there was a little gathering. But that's our scene here in Colorado. For the most part, we got a really good group of like-minded, encouraging, good energy kind of peeps. For the most part. You know, I was so bummed when I saw the cupboard announcing their announcing their plans on in closing up shop. Oldest head shop in the country. I had met the owner out in Las Vegas several years ago, and he sounded like he was getting tired of the biz, so I couldn't be surprised by his announcement, but it's a shame. Ja, what's up? How's it going? Check this out. Back home. Green and white. And then check it out. Blue silver over white. And here's number 2, or number 3, but number 2. You know, I haven't caught up with Friendly Fire since Oklahoma a few years back. Marcus, great guy. Marcus, yeah, super talented, super intelligent. Mark. So what I'm doing is I'm doing Sonic steel wool over jade white for this blue, silver, and white. Yeah, you know, I gotta wonder if I may have rushed. I've had a couple of times in my life that I've rushed packaging and sending things, and well, it seems to burn me. So get these in the kiln tonight. I should be able to get everything out in the mail before the close of the week. That gives us what, like, more than ample time to get to your doorstep. More than ample time to beat Santa Claus. Those ray guns are awesome, yeah. Hey there, Randy. Thank you so very much. You know, my brother stopped in the studio today, and he's been getting Christmas ornaments for a few years now. And he broke out the Christmas tree, and he was pulling out the ornaments that he's had over the years, and they're all glistening in the Christmas lights. And he was saying, "Yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome. I love them." And I wanted to make sure. I was like, "So you're saying you don't want more Christmas ornaments this year?" And he's like, No, I want more Christmas ornaments." He'll have to keep on getting bigger trees, I guess, but I had to go back into messages, draw to make sure what I was doing. But yeah, that's what I thought was and then everything else is Randy, it depends. It depends on what kind of color tech I do. I got them starting at like, I got some that are $10 each. I got some that are 15. I got some that go up to like 75. So it depends on what you want to spend. The one that I'm working on right now is a Wrap and Rake Especial. The wrapping rakes, depending on the color, usually are around 15, between 15 and 20. Plus shipping. Shipping's kind of a situation right now and adds a decent, well, has an impact. But I'm doing single colored ones for 10 in certain colors. I don't know, if you want fresh ornaments this year, hit me up. We'll talk in a DM and talk about what they might run. But I'd be psyched to send off some for you. This weekend I've got, let's see, tomorrow I'm scheduled to do, I'm working with the glass class all day. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get any ornaments done tomorrow. Saturday is a working day, but some homies are getting together on Saturday, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do on Saturday. But Sunday I got this pop-up market. And originally I was thinking I'd spend, well shit, I thought I'd spend Friday, Saturday getting ready for the market on Sunday, but I love it when Plan B comes together. Well, Ja, I've got a different packing plan for this next package that it's going to go your way. It's all going to work out well. Thanks, Randy. I appreciate you, bro. Nice, James. A teacup, huh? Hey, good evening, Verna. Happy Thursday. Ja, are you still hanging out? Ja, I decided I was going to change up the process here a little bit. Berna. I'm making some Christmas ornaments. Right now I'm working on a blue, silver on white. Ah, Randy, thanks for sending stars, my brother. Everybody love everybody. James, it sounds like you'll have fun with that project. A reticello or a filicello, huh? All right. James, have fun with it. Have fun with it. All right, we're gonna move over to the lathe. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to first seal those up, then seal them up to a new blow tube. Then I'm gonna trim them up to the color. And then going to get them blown out to nice spheres. They're gonna be awesome. Workflow. Right on, right on. Hey, Eli. Happy Thursday to you. Hey, Troy, what's up, what's up? Eli, thank you very much. Got back last night and good to be back home. Thanks, James. the color combos I had some help with. But yeah, they're gonna look good on it. They're gonna look good. They're looking good, if I may say so myself. Well, Bonnie, you let me know when the time is right, and we'll talk about what colors and what you want to do. That's just going to go over there for right now. That's just going to be happy over there for right now. No, that wasn't supposed to happen like that. It's still fully intact. See if I can get this thing back on. I don't know. We might be able to pull this one back together. We're giving it a go. Hey there, Art. Cello. This section was trying to get away from me, but let's see if I can bring it back under my spell. Still kind of trying to do its own thing, but it's all like, I don't want to be round. I hear that Rage Against the Machine song. Check it out. Hello, Dirk. Good evening to you. That ornament was trying to take us on a scenic route. That ornament took us on a scenic route. Made it back to the ornament or made it back home? I did make it back home. And I made it back into an ornament. I did make it back. I got back home last night. It was a decent day of travel, but successful nonetheless. I was a little concerned. I had a rental car to get back, returned. I had JFK to navigate, but I was able to get through, and shucks, I even had enough time to grab a beer before I got on the plane. Yeah, my next trip out of town should be well, in January I have a champ show in Austin, and I'm gonna try to stay home until that show. Because I want to get a bunch of work done before that show. Texas in January. I appreciate that, James. We'll see. We'll see. You know, ultimately, I'm going to make something happen. Shucks. Shucks, Troy. Sorry to see that. $800 alternator. Damn. Does it do laundry? To the kiln, to the kiln. It's in there. All right. Well, everybody love everybody. Throw the hearts out there. Thanks for chilling. I'm going to call that a night. It's getting up to about 9 o'clock. And, well, I'm going to be in early tomorrow to be, I'm going to help teach some classes tomorrow. So it'll be a fun day of glass class. Thanks for hanging. Throw the love. And I hope I see you soon. Peace.